Now, so many years later, Vader reflected on all the Jedi he had killed that day, remembering the stunned expressions of Mace Windu as he fell from Palpatine's office window and the screams of the Jedi Younglings and their teachers. He felt no remorse. Just as he believed he had done his best to be a dutiful Jedi, he believed his accusations as Palpatine's apprentice were even more righteous. In his mind's eye, Vader saw his and the 501st's march to the temple gates. The wrathful attack, the mad moments of bloodlust, the dark side unleashed in all its crimson fury. Some moments he remembered more clearly than others, pitting the blade against that of Swordmaster Sindralig, beheading some of the very masters who had instructed him in the ways of the Force, and of course, his cold extermination of the Younglings, and with them, the future of the Jedi Order. He had wondered beforehand, could he do it? Still new to the dark side, would he be able to call on its power to guide his hand and lightsaber? In answer, the dark side had whispered,
"They are orphans. They are without family or friends. There is nothing that can be done with them. They are better off dead."
But this recalling, weeks later, curdled his blood. So those are the two excerpts from the novels. Now, the context is pretty dark. Obviously, we're talking about killing younglings here, but now we can at least see that Vader did indeed remember killing them, and this is the best old canon mention of it, which is now unfortunately legends. Vader's blood curdling at the thought of what he did shows that he has at least some sort of emotion to what he did that day, and that Anakin was always alive inside there, somewhere locked up until Luke was the catalyst to bring him out. Now, in The Rise and Fall of Darth Vader, it is mentioned that he felt no remorse, as I just mentioned. It says, just as he believed he had done his best to be a dutiful Jedi, he believed his accusations as Palpatine's apprentice were even more righteous. So this just cements the fact that Vader, even though now everything has gone wrong and happened in his life, he still feels that his actions that day as Anakin Skywalker, as Darth Vader, the newly born Darth Vader, was righteous. I'm wondering, however, if later on, let's say in Empire Strikes Back or Return of the Jedi, when Vader kind of softens up a little bit after Luke enters his life, I wonder if he could go back, if he'd still kill them, or if he'd do things a little differently. We have to remember that it was Vader's agony and depression that caused him to fuel his rage and his powers, so without his powers he really wouldn't be the same, and so he probably felt that this was a good thing that happened to him, even though it was very, very bad. So I'm wondering if he feels his decisions are actually what is fueling his power and thus fueling his ability to survive after what Obi-Wan did to him. I think at this point, it didn't matter anymore. He was so far in the dark side that it was too late, and anything that he did would just cement him further into his already spiraling vortex of misery.